A man walks into a room. It's brightly lit, clean and even. It feels safe, but in the next scene he enters another space. Now it's dark, shadows are everywhere, harsh contrast, same actor, same camera, completely different story. That's lighting. Lighting isn't just about visibility, it's about emotion, texture, tone. And in this video, we'll explore how lighting shapes the mood of your scene, supports storytelling, and directs attention. Welcome back to That Media Prof. So lighting tells us the time of day, the weather, the mood, even how a character feels inside. A brightly lit space might feel cheerful or clinical. A dim, shadowy room, maybe it's mysterious or even dangerous. Whether you're lighting a studio interview or a dramatic scene, your lighting setup sends a signal to the audience about how to feel. Let's look at a few foundational lighting setups and how they're used to tell different kinds of stories. Three-point lighting is the classic starting point in film, TV, and interviews. It uses a key light to illuminate the subject, a fill light to soften the shadows, and a backlight to separate the subject from the background. It's clean, professional, and it gives you control over the lighting. High key lighting is a setup that floods the scene with bright, even light and very little shadow. It's often used in commercials, sitcoms, or upbeat content because it creates a cheerful, open feel. It also minimizes texture and contrast. Think fashion shoots, infomercials, comedy, and sitcoms. Low-key lighting, on the other hand, is your go-to for drama and mystery. With minimal fill light and deep shadows, it adds tension, seriousness, or stylized grit. You'll see it in noir films, horror films, thrillers, sometimes dramas, or anywhere you want a sense of unease or intrigue. Now, the next one is practical lighting. This means using light that would logically exist in your scene, like a desk lamp or a flickering TV. It's used in documentaries, indie films, and cinema verite style storytelling for authenticity and mood. It's something I really like to use in my projects as it creates depth in the shot. Silhouette and rim lighting is where you light the subject from behind, creating glowing outlines or plunging them into shadow. It's used to hide identity, suggest mystery, or perhaps highlight dramatic separation from the background. These are just a few examples of different lighting techniques that you could use in your projects. So every lighting choice communicates something: brightness and shadow, warmth and cold, flatness and depth. Each of these setups changes how your viewer connects to the subject and interprets the story. Lighting isn't just about seeing the subject, it's about shaping the meaning of what we are seeing. A soft side light adds shape and brings emotional intimacy. A really hard top light can isolate someone, making them look suspicious or emotionally exposed. Light direction, quality, and color temperature all work together to influence how the audience reads a moment in your project, consciously or subconsciously. Good lighting isn't about adding more light. It's about knowing where not to put the light. It's about the balance of contrast, color temperature, softness, and shadow that gives the image its voice. Good lighting isn't about brightness. It's about contrast, color temperature, and control. I always tell my students to start with basic three-point lighting and then add or remove lights based on what they need to communicate with the lighting in the scene that they are shooting. Remember that you can use diffusion to soften harsh shadows. You can use flags or negative fill to carve the shape of the light. You can bounce light off ceilings, walls, or bounce boards for a natural look. You can use practicals like lamps or phone screens to create motivated sources, something I love to do. But this all comes back to matching your lighting style to the story that you're telling. In next week's video, which I'll link here if it's already live, we'll break down blocking and how the position and movement of the people within the frame creates tension, power dynamics, and story flow. I'll see you there.